Good morning. It's Monday. It's the 13th of July, 2026. And boy, oh boy, there is so much happening at the moment. And I'm going to start off with something that is not being published anywhere else. Iran has absolutely obliterated Israel over the weekend. And there's been absolutely zero resistance from Israel, from their protective dome that they claim. Places of importance, as in infrastructure, electricity, water, taken out. Maybe that's why they can't report, because they've got no internet. Just saying. What is happening right now is they are getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine as to what they've been doing to Gaza for so long, and to other people, the Lebanon. But their infrastructure, their military capacity, and everything was seriously damaged over this weekend. They had 80 strikes that hit directly without any resistance at all. That's unheard of. Things are happening. Things are really happening there. And I said to you 5-6 years ago, the end play would be that Iran would take out Israel. But because of the media and the way they control the narrative, you'd never think that was happening. But it's a good job we have people on the ground who can tell us the truth rather than what we're being fed through mainstream media, the British government, the US government. It's all part of the narrative. Our job is to bring you the truth. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. My first story. Further details have emerged following the death of US Senator Lindsey Graham. His death came just hours after returning from a visit to Ukraine, where he met President Zelensky. President Donald Trump has paid tribute, calling Graham a true American patriot. The timing has prompted speculation online. The death of Senator Lindsey Graham, combined with Mitch McConnell's, has sparked political debate over the future direction of the Republican Party. Officials have reported that Graham died from an aortic dissection associated with underlying cardiovascular disease. Charlie, what's your thoughts?
Where do we start? First of all, let's get real about this. Lindsey Graham, whether you agree or disagree with his politics, I do not like to see the celebration of death. I don't like to see that from truthers. It shows that you're not real. If you were really connected to God, you wouldn't celebrate somebody dying. I don't care which side of the fence they're on. This is a man who has a wife and family. You might not agree with his politics. You might not agree with stuff, but when somebody dies, it's time to be respectful, as Donald Trump was there. And whether it's Lindsey Graham dying or Mitch McConnell dying, although you're not supposed to know that just yet. They're trying to hang on to that news until after the 3rd of August so that they don't have to have an election. Just inside information. All of this stuff that's going on, it's very interesting, the dynamic, because yes, he'd just come back from Ukraine. Yes, he was saying that they're ready to agree with Trump's requests. I'll call them requests rather than demands. It looked like he was changing sides. At the announcement of his death, which is highly suspicious anyway, because he was incredibly well when he made his announcement 24 hours before, then suddenly you get people coming out like the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, claiming responsibility. I mean, you can't make some of this stuff up. This is all propaganda to distract from what really happened. It's very much the same case with Anne Widdecombe. We found the man, we did nothing suspicious. The minute they say we found the man and there's nothing suspicious, that's when you start looking. Because there was something very suspicious about this, about Anne Widdecombe, and there was about Lindsey Graham. And this is when you need to take your blinkers off and stop saying, oh, I'm so glad we got rid of them two. These are two human lives that are God's children. They disagree with you and I on many things. But this is all part of the distraction. This is all part of the chaos. This is all part of the agenda. It's going to be very interesting to set. This is the time you sit back humbly and watch and listen. This will test your patience because you'll want to get out there and go, thank God he's gone. I'm not on the same page as that. This is very much a humbling time. My next story is massive news. We've had it from the inside. And we'll wait and see what happens Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. We're due to get the exposure of the election fraud with all of the evidence. So for those people who've been waiting for it to come, I've been told by two people on the inside who have inside information that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the 3 days of disclosure. And we're lucky here, me and Spain, Drew in the UK, because we're 6 to 9 hours ahead of the US. So when it starts to filter out today on Monday, the 13th of July, you'll know what's coming because we get up earlier because we're just a little bit ahead of time. So I was very grateful to the two sources, but keep your eyes and ears open. Things are happening. It's going to be an amazing time. The truth, it will always come out, whether you like it or not. Drew.
Next up, former government official Catherine Austin Fitts claims that trillions of dollars cannot be properly accounted for in the US government finances. She believes the money may have been moved through the international banking systems and alleged Jeffrey Epstein played a role. She also suggested Jeffrey's links to the SWIFT International Payment Network. Well, that's why the SWIFT system is going bye-bye and hello XRP for cross-border payments.
Well, things are happening without question with the old SWIFT system. It's being dismantled for a long time now. And I know that for a simple fact that if I make a payment from Singapore to the UK or from Singapore to Spain or from Hong Kong to the UK or to Dubai, it's done in seconds. And you can't do that on SWIFT because it's a telegram system. It's all done on a very, very old, outdated system. So one thing that's become clear to me is that international cross-border payments, which used to be done by SWIFT, are no longer being done by SWIFT. But it has to be dismantled bit by bit by bit. And there's a big reason for that. That on the SWIFT system, there are things that most people wouldn't know anything about, called letters of credit, standby letters of credit, etc. They're all on the SWIFT system, and they all have to be moved across. And there are millions of them, if not billions of them, that have to be moved across onto a new system. And it's not quite that simple. It's a very complex system that if you've got a standby letter of credit, which says that you can spend so many million, hundreds of millions or billions, they have to be verified and checked and everything else before they go onto there. And yes, you're absolutely right. The dismantling of this old system is happening right now in plain sight. And we are moving across to a new system. And I've been talking to my wife because every day we're getting letters from HSBC saying the system will go down for so many hours today because we're updating our security to the new digital system. It's there in black and white. And I'm sure most of you have had letters from your bank saying they're going to be offline. Online banking is going to be offline for a few hours while we upgrade the security of our system. This is all part of the transition where we're moving away from an old system. My final story of the day made me smile because, as everybody knows, Donald Trump was in Turkey for the NATO summit, and he found out while he was there that they were going to attempt to blow up his plane, try and take him out. So he switched planes. And then also, of course, they managed to go through the other plane and find out what was going on. So they were well ahead of the game. When people stand up against a corrupt system, and we've seen it before, we saw it with John F. Kennedy. We saw that before with Abraham Lincoln. We've seen it before. They'll take you out if you go up against them. Donald Trump decided in his wisdom not to depend on the FBI and the CIA for his personal security. He's got the Kraken. He's got Q. He's got the Anons. He's got a very, very secure network around him that is just watching to see what's going on. Some from the inside, some from the outside. Now, they will do everything they can to kill Donald Trump. Everything in their powers, because he's got in their way. But remember, if they do take him out, it's all part of the movie. Because if they were going to do it, it would have been done 4 years ago. Because we're now watching what happened then. So don't live in fear. Don't live in panic. And just remember, if Donald Trump is taken out in the movie, it'd be quite interesting to see who took his place. Maybe Baron Trump. Let me leave you with that thought. That was the news on Monday, the 13th of July, 2026. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
These are the facts, not put out by mainstream media. If you want to know the truth, we put out the truth every single day, Monday to Friday. So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Global tensions are rising, markets are unstable, and currencies keep losing value. While governments print more money, smart investors are moving into physical gold and silver. Assets that have protected wealth for centuries. That's why more people are turning to Charlie's Gold to secure their future before the next financial shakeup hits. Don't leave your wealth exposed. Own something real. Own gold and silver. Visit charlies.gold today.